Hello and welcome to the Daily Red, your lunchtime catch-up on all things Liverpool FC and your daily reminder that the Reds are top of the league and that yesterday was utterly meaningless. Liverpool beaten 1-0 away by Plymouth. It is a bit embarrassing. I get why people were upset, were annoyed. They're awful. They're the worst team in the championship right now. Defensively, they're an atrocity. And we put out an entirely reserve 11, but still a strong enough 11. You know, when you look at the players that started with Chiesa, Jota, and and Diaz in the front three, we really should have, scored a goal. It would have been nice. We brought on Darwin. We brought on Trent Kone-Doherty, and he got his debut, and that's great, and congrats to him. You know, the midfield wasn't the strongest. Harvey, Endo, Nioni, and then obviously when Joe Gomez gets hurt, then things have to change around. Joe started next to Kwanzaa and had to go off early. James McConnell starting right back, I assume because Bradley is needed in the week and they're not fully sure on Trent's status, and then Costas at left back, Keller in goal. Now, admittedly, I have not watched the full game. I couldn't be arsed, frankly. Ireland were playing England. Ireland were playing Scotland in the rugby at the time, so I decided to watch it. And I'm very glad that I did, because I only watched like extended highlights, about a 15, 18-minute highlight package, and it was a tough watch. And based on what everybody has said, I'm not going to watch the full game because, dear Lord, it just sounds awful. Commiserations to the lads that had to do Raw yesterday, not only having to watch that dross, but then try and explain it away. No, thank you. But ultimately, it doesn't matter. It's over. The FA Cup was merely going to be a distraction for us. We've got a cup final coming up. But the most important things are the league and the Champions League. They're the big two. These domestic cups really are nothing more than a nuisance. They're nice to win. And especially in the manager's first season, it would be nice if he did get some domestic silverware nice and early in the season, 16th of March. That can provide, hopefully, a boost going into the last 2 months of the season. But ultimately, the FA Cup, given we were in the final of the League Cup, the FA Cup was a distant fourth on the list of priorities. Frankly, I'm quite happy to be out of it, because it just means that's a few less games to worry about. And with Arsenal being out of the FA Cup, they were going to have that advantage of not having to play extra games. So personally, well, I'm not happy that we lost to Plymouth. I'm not upset that we're out of the FA Cup. Based on what I saw on Twitter, Jarrell Kwanzaa had a stinker, but then I spoke to a few people afterwards, and they seemed to think he was the least of the problems yesterday. That the attack was atrocious, that Elliott had another stinker, that Costas had a stinker, that Joe going off obviously hurt us. But, I mean, who cares? We've got much more important stuff coming up. Much more important stuff coming up. And if we look at our fixture list, and we look at what we've got, you start to see, these games are only going to get in the way. So we've got this run coming up now in the league, these next 6 games before the international break. And there's some really tough games in there. And obviously the first one is Everton away on Wednesday night. That's going to be difficult. Then it's Wolves at home. Then back-to-back away trips to Villa and Manchester City. And then back-to-back home games, Newcastle and Southampton. And then it's the cup final against Newcastle. The Champions League, we will play the 4th or 5th of March, the 11th or 12th of March, depending on what way the draw works out. So those games will go between Newcastle and Southampton, and between Southampton and the Cup final. So we've got 9 games between now and the international break in March. Everton away, Wolves home, Villa away, City away, Newcastle home, then an away game in the Champions League before Southampton home, then a home game in the Champions League, and then Newcastle in the Cup. That's what we've got between now and the international break. And I know it's an overused phrase, but this is a season-defining run for us. Because if we come through the league side unscathed, we're coming out of that international break likely the clear favourites to win the Premier League title, with 9 games left. Everton home, Fulham away, West Ham home, Leicester away. Very winnable 4-game run. Then Spurs home, then Chelsea away, Arsenal home, Brighton away, Palace home. It's not easy, but winning the league is not meant to be easy. It's not meant to be easy at all. But the bottom line of it is we are top of the league. We are guaranteed to be top of the league, at least for the next few weeks. We've lost once in the Premier League all season. Now, we have lost 3 times already this calendar year. However, 2 of them, it wasn't the team. It was literally the reserves. And the other one was just that really weird game away at Spurs in the Cup. But we've dropped points in 6 games this season. Arsenal have dropped points in 10, and Arsenal have more significant injury concerns than we do. So we shouldn't be overly worried about looking over our shoulder at anything. We should just be focused on each game, go and win it. Every team we play is below us in the league. That means we're better than them. If we go game by game, there's only a handful there that you're really going to be concerned about us dropping points in. And likewise, they've got tough games. You know, between now and the international break, they go Leicester away, they'll win that, West Ham home, but then it's Forest away. That's not easy. Then they'll have an away Champions League game. Then they play United away. Then another Champions League game. It'll be a home game. And then they get Chelsea home. And that's what they have between now and the break. They've got 7 games. We've got 9 because we've got an extra league game. We've got, which is the game in hand, and we've got the cup final.
All right, the Reds, it's Jack here, and that was a clip from one of Anfield Index's audio podcasts. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to keep up to date on all things LFC. We record around 100 audio podcasts every month, with our shows featuring match-going fans, top journalists, professional analysts, and even Liverpool legends along the way. With the great Dane himself, Jan Molby, joining us every single week. If you want to listen to all our podcasts for free, head over to AnfieldIndex.com/podcasts. Our audio shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Anfield Index. Or if you prefer to listen to all our podcasts in full and without any ads, why not head over to AI Pro today to check it out now at AnfieldIndexPro.com. If you want to get involved in the great growing community of Liverpool fans, check out the Anfield Index Discord. The link is in the description. Do get involved with that, from Reds around every corner of the globe. For now, Reds, hope you enjoyed this video.